Everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Christy here to do the extended monthly forecast for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising. This is for the month of June 2018. I hope that you enjoyed your May extended monthly forecast. Thank you everyone for your likes, shares, and for subscribing to my channel. I really appreciate your support. And this is a general reading for your sign, whatever is most prominent in your life this month. I encourage you to take these messages and apply them to. And as always, I hope you find them helpful and healing. I'm using a new spread today. It's an 8-card spread called Secrets Revealed. So we're going to be looking at how to get rid of things that don't serve you any longer by looking at maybe some secrets or hidden ideas or concepts that you could use to your advantage to get out of feeling stuck or imposed upon. And I will look at the bottom of the deck for general energy for the month as well. And we'll draw a card each from the oracle decks here following your 8-card spread. So what does Capricorn need to know for the month of June 2018? Messages for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Here we go. I also want to let you know it's not your imagination. If you hear pounding and hammering in the background, there's construction going on around me probably for the next few weeks. So hopefully it's over by July and we can do those readings without it. And hopefully you don't hear it. But if you do, that's all it is. So at the bottom of the deck for you for general energy is the 6 of Pentacles. This is really beautiful to see for the month of June. This is a nice give and take for you. This is feeling supportive as well as being supportive to someone else in your immediate environment. This is understanding how giving and taking works. This is understanding equilibrium. This is also, if this is a strictly financial situation for you, Capricorn, this is you're finally able to see the fruit of your labors here. Things that have already begun are now underway and showing themselves to be fruitful for you. This is a very fruitful card. 6s are always about equilibrium, so it's just a lovely card to have as well. So there's a great deal of balance here in your physical world, very likely in your financial world as well. So we're just going to get out your 8 cards for you. I'll provide a little snapshot with what's going on with all of these cards together, and then of course we'll look at them individually. You probably know from my readings after all this time that I do pay attention to colors, images, numbers, and of course major arcana. And the purpose and meaning of major arcana in your readings. You do have 3 in this spread today. We're dealing with 6s, 2s, and 1s. So, and it is right over the High Priestess. Interesting. You are, and I can't help but be drawn to this right now. Forgive me, I'm looking strictly at the major arcana row with the Magician on top of the High Priestess. There's a great deal of mystery around you. You could be withholding information. You could be withholding part of a mystery. I just realized that the 6 of Pentacles could be a tit for tat. I regret if that's the case, that you could feel like you did this, I'll do that, where it's an equilibrium based on a misuse of power. If that's the case, that's just, I hope that's not the case, that we're not misusing power. But I see that in practice here. Something is being withheld. Of course, this could be energy. And of course, this could be someone around you. But because this is about your secrets revealed, and maybe it's something that you're not conscious of, that it is within your subconscious that you're not willing to get to the root of the matter of. But there's something going on here with the Magician and the High Priestess. And you have a lot to offer. You can pretty much do anything you want here. There is an alchemical energy here with the Magician. There is an occult knowledge here, whether you're cognizant of this or not. But it remains unexplored, or it's going to be perverted somehow because it won't be shared, or it won't be, there's a denial here of even the divine feminine. Even if you're a female watching this right now, it's almost like you could be opposed to or frightened of or trepidatious around your own personal feminine power. And that's down the line, whether you're a man or a woman, frankly, right now watching this. There's something about this that causes an unease. See, the High Priestess in and of herself is a mystery. This is where mysteries live and swirl and exist. And this is the door between doors. This is the darkness between moons. This is, it's the underbelly. It's the stuff we don't necessarily want to look at or see, or we can't grasp, or what we call, questions we don't have the answers to, so to speak. But it's always a misnomer. The question is the answer. Every time, if you have the capacity and the ability to articulate a particular question, you have that exact capacity can answer that question. And the answer is very often in the question anyway. So I do see a sense of denial here. If it's not a denial of this, it is a flat out unease. There's an unease with it somehow. You're uneasy with it. Recognizing it, utilizing it, acknowledging it, accepting it, being around it, etc. Okay? So really, I just, everything I'm seeing here, you can get around everything, but this is really what I'm seeing for the first time in a long time is your challenge. Also, I'm going to suggest right now that you could really help someone out. If not another person, yourself, okay? Your inner magician, your inner child, your inner genius, your inner whatever, okay? Only you can define that. There's a real opportunity that could be missed here in June if you don't take it by the horns to help yourself and or someone else out right now on and there's no mucking around with words here, on a highly esoteric or spiritual level right now, okay? Dealing with ones and twos. Ones is the self. He even has the sun on his hat. This is pure enlightenment, right? I mean, the sun is enlightenment too, but the sun is like enlightenment through joy and bliss and togetherness and wealth and happiness and prosperity. The magician is, the energy that brings that about. It's almost like, this is the pure energy that allows for that, the wealth and prosperity and the health and the joy to be experienced. This is the root, right, of that. There's also the world's tiniest fairy down here. She's so cute. So magic is afoot, and then is the mystery underneath, right? And she's even in the row of the unseen, the unknown. So like mystery upon mystery here. So you could have to work through something. I would say that this is your biggest challenge. Only you know what that is this month, Capricorn. As for the other cards, we're dealing with an ace, a messenger, a 7, a 3. So there's an opportunity to really look at what you want here, to gain some perspective here. And of course, your third major arcana is the Strength card. The Lover's card. This is really glorious, right? Like to have this. This is often confusing to me. The Strength card does have the Lion and the Woman. The Lovers is really about a decision you have to make, but it's also a guided decision. You're guided here. You can do some really great explorative work here for yourself, or in in an environment where you are connecting with another person, but you're very much guided here. And you're balanced. Again, we have our second six, right? In addition to the Six of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. So there's an opportunity for balance here. This is really, twos are about partnerships. So, this could be esoteric. It could be a spiritual partnership that you have, with your spirit guides or God or source energy, or however you frame that. So let's get into why I would be saying that about this spread for you. The Ace of Wands. This is really beautiful explorative energy. This is passionate energy. Could be sexual energy. But this is the very beginning. This is source. This is unadulterated, unperturbed energy. So this is an outright action energy. So for June, you're being asked what looks like to make an outright, actionable move here around a decision having to do with an equilibrium, having to do with a balance, having to do, with the heart. We do have the sign for Leo here. It could very well be a Leo in your environment, or you might have a Leo moon or rising, just because we have the Sun association in the Magician hat as well. So there could be a Leo in your environment, or Leonian energy, right? Which is basically just sun energy. It's joy, enlightenment, etc. So, and it could just be of the heart. So Leo rules the heart. It's the 5th house. It's creativity. It's family. It's that joy energy. It's the actor. It's the expression. And this is their element, right? So Leo, Sagittarian, Aries, this is their element. So that could even be in your environment. You could be feeling someone else's energy, or you could be tapping into, say, Leonian or fire energy in order for you to work through a concern or a problem. So something having to do with this or that is what I see going on here. Just making a move or a decision, or maybe not even choosing one over the other. It's we're just figuring something out now and then going back to something later here. With the 3 of Wands, we have next, this is, your ship is going to come in. You're ready to explore. You have seen what's available to you with the 2 of Wands, which is prior to this. Now you're ready to explore. You're ready to head out. No trepidation. A lot of excitement here. Again, we're dealing with the element of fire. So a lot of passionate energy here. You could be beginning something new for yourself, beginning on a new trajectory. But what's underneath is the Page of Water. So this is where we're seeing that this could very well have to do with taking a directive move toward a message of emotion, an emotional message here. So the Page of Cups is really a new language. It's the language of love. It features the Babel fish, which is really the translator, right, of love. It's the translator. It's the difference between I think and I feel, I think I like you and then I feel like I like you, that type of thing, for example. So 2 different elements, as you can see here. We have the fire and the water. This can create steam. As you know, the page can deliberately put out the fire. So beware to balance these 2 worlds. Be excited, take a little bit at a time. Move in the direction of this emotional communication, or this flirtatious even communication. This is the Page of Cups is someone who's also, flirty, maybe a little bit sensual. The Knight would be considered more of the romancer, maybe the seducer, but this is more like a flirtation energy here. So this is what this could have to be about. And it doesn't have to be with another person, as I keep saying. This could be something that's happening internally to you, or if it is about a project or another theme in your life, it could be the way that you learn how to communicate differently within this environment. So let's say you're in a fast-moving environment, but the people around you need you to communicate in a specific way here, and you have to be a little bit you have to take the briskness or the coarseness or the bluntness out of it, and you have to be maybe a little bit more playful, a little bit more creative in the way that you communicate with other people. That could be what this is talking to as well. And I think this will come easily for you. But if you're looking for suggestions on how to communicate with other people, notwithstanding the topic, try to do it in a little bit more of a flirtatious, fun, compassionate way. And I think that you will find that that works out in your favor really quickly. They'll be very responsive to that. And back to the original row of the very, very interesting Magician on top of the High Priestess. So this is in what you're already aware of. I really think that you're aware of your strengths here, Capricorn. It's probably evident to you. You might even feel like a magician. You might even feel like, if you were able to be honest with yourself, for example, I don't think that this is going to be too confusing. You might even laugh, right? Like, yeah, I get it. I know I'm in charge of my environment. I know that I'm the alchemist. I know that I have everything I need. All the elements are at my disposal. I can move forward. And this is what is underneath, right? This is what is hidden. This is what I feel it's either being ignored or denied somehow or forgotten. Or on the other hand, that is available to you that you're not tapping into. If it's strictly because, again, whether you're a man or a woman watching, either of the sexes can be, knowingly or unknowingly sexist, for example. So there could just be an element of femininity or the feminine divine, for example, that's being rejected or untapped into for whatever reason. This might be a nice month for you to get a hold of that, okay? To work around that. This is extremely strong energy for you. This is something that you can use to your advantage. On the other hand, if this is an agent in your environment, as I mentioned, I strongly feel that this is you. The Magician does represent you. But the High Priestess, above and beyond being, an incredibly strong energy as a major arcana here, this could very well be another agent in your environment. If you know for certain, if you can place, if there's a name that comes right to your head as I'm speaking about this card, for example, if there's someone who comes to mind, like a name or a person, for example, then this is who this is going to speak to, especially if there's been either a conflict between these two worlds or methodologies, secret keeping, secret sharing, that kind of thing. And again, 10 to 1, this is going to have to do with, spiritual or esoteric world, or the hidden or the unseen, that type of thing, the world of magic and alchemy, right? This could very well be an individual who is helpful to you that you're ignoring, threatening to you that you would rather bypass, someone who holds secrets that you're unwilling to learn or tap into or get close to. This is in the hidden energy or the underneath or the role that isn't being tapped into, that is available to you. So it not only has the role as the card describes, which is mystery, it's in the row of mystery. So if it's not another person, it could be that there's a personal mystery within you that you're being asked to develop and acknowledge at the very least, in pursuit of your own best interests here. Better understanding of yourself, better understanding of yourself as a partner, as a lover, as a friend, a boss, a guide, a teacher, an employee, like whatever the case is, like in order to expand your own horizons and to self-actualize. Because what we have at the end of it is that this is going to exact itself in the biological world, the actual world of what we can see and taste in, okay? The world of pentacles, the world of practicalities. So this is having an effect, or this can have an effect on the practical world, and the Magician sits right next to the Seven of Pentacles, which sits on top of the Messenger of Pentacles. So we're looking at earth energy here, where we do have our Knight, so there could be a Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn in your environment as well, or you could have a Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo moon or rising sign. If that's the case, this does represent you. Otherwise, it represents an earth sign in your environment or the energy of one. And this is what is in the hidden realm. So let's place this here for the time being. The Seven of Pentacles is really just looking at how far you've come with what you have and what you need to do to move forward. Do you want to keep going in the direction you're going? Do you want to take a different direction? Do you want to throw the baby out with the bathwater? Do you want to make some edits, some changes, some revisions here? But you're pretty dug in. Like by the time you get to the Seven of Pentacles, remember the Six of Pentacles is at the bottom of the deck. So you've already, realized an equilibrium for yourself. Now you've gotten even further, and now you're sort of assessing where you are with it. But Seven of Pentacles, and really Pentacles are all about stability. This is, you're on firm ground here. You can see this actualized for yourself, but there still is something else that's available to you. So this could be finances, this could be assets, this could be the dream world as well. It just occurred to me, this could be the dream world if you can, pay attention to that as well. Anything that feels like divine feminine energy that you might be ignoring or suggesting isn't important or concealing, whether it's within you or around having to do with someone else. It's really important to tap into that, because I think a great deal of prosperity exists for you there. So once we have the Knight of Pentacles, we have a slow moving energy, but an energy that is based in reality and practicality and is there for the long term nonetheless. So it's actually really beautiful energy to have. This is someone who has a very practical, down to earth, element or an energy for you. So something very, very concrete can come out of this. So much out of the situation between the Magician and High Priestess, so much so that you'll have found your personal power. You'll have been able to dig in your heels even further and become more prosperous, because you went from, of course, the Seven to the Knight, right? So I think this is serving you, and you know that, like you're the Magician, you get it. Enlightenment abounds. But there's something more that needs to be revealed here that's going to even situate your situation, situate the environment for you in a more holistic way, in a lasting way, in an abundant way. And it could even be, it could even be a little fun. Every time we're looking at Knights, we're looking at someone or the energy that is not entirely mature. It's still exciting energy that gets to learn, that gets to play, that gets to grow. So that does await you here. I'm just going to get one more card out for you. Ultimately, by the end of the month, I do see a lot of personal growth for you that could very well realize itself. Okay, especially if it's, spiritual work that you're doing. It's going to be realized in a very practical way here. Could even just be about wish fulfillment or making dreams come true, that type of thing. So here with your oracle cards, we have abundance. This is gorgeous, and it really speaks to the end of the month for you. The Seven of Pentacles, the Messenger, the Knight of Pentacles, and of course at the bottom of the deck, as you remember, the Six. So a great deal of stability, give and take. You live in an abundant universe. I know that you're aware of this. It could be that that's what you're trying to draw even more in to your environment. So if that's the case, maybe don't hold yourself back here. Maybe give it all you've got. Go for gold and build on that prosperity for more stability. Here with the bear, you're being asked to be introspective. This is going within. This is the introspective soul, the introspective spirit. And it's closely aligned to the Hermit card in my view. So this is really going in within for the answers. And it's also the difference between the yang and the yin, right? The forceful energy, right? Masculine energy, and the receptive energy, the feminine energy. And I really feel here it would be in your best interests. It would behoove you to become comfortable with that feminine, divine feminine energy. Because it's going to lead you to even greater prosperity. Here with the Imagine card, I always suggest that imagination can be used or misused. So just be certain here to use your imagination to the highest good. Don't misuse it. Don't get caught up in negative belief systems or problems or concerns. Always keep to the highest here. And again, this is about using your imagination to the highest good. Don't be afraid of this. This is where you can utilize the magician or the alchemist energy to your highest good as well. And then codependency. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. Again, I'm going to suggest there's something being withheld here. You're holding back. You're maybe just accustomed to something. It could be fear. It's usually the case, right? We're just trepidatious about something, or we don't want to switch things up. We're so comfortable and solid and committed that it's almost like, if we lose our footing, it's very disconcerting. But take a calculated risk here around becoming that soulful, fully realized, fully actualized person here, and even more support and prosperity comes your way. So in a relationship, codependency isn't the best. You're going to want to confront this for yourself or for your partner. In a creative environment, this is really looking at, what's getting in the way. And it could be your own belief systems, or it could just be, boundaries and barriers that you're creating for yourself. So again, with receptivity, could be your greatest gift this month to yourself. Be receptive, go within, try to find those answers within, take stock of where you've been, heed those messages from other Taurians, Virgos, or Capricorns in your environment who are slow moving, but really stable and prosperous. And, I strongly feel that divine feminine energy really could be your best ally this month. So that is your reading for June. I hope that you enjoyed that and it was helpful for you. I will see you again in a couple of weeks. Until then, take excellent care, Capricorn. Bye for now.